Sports commissioners unite to stop hate. In a historic move, the heads of MLB, MLS, NBA, NFL, NHL, NWSL, WNBA, and NASCAR have launched a $50 million campaign called Timeout Against Hate.
Get tight.
This is the most important timeout I've ever called.
Things are getting out of control out there.
And we need to regroup.
Hate.
Hate.
Hate is winning out there.
Not on these fields.
In our communities.
On our streets.
In our schools.
And we need to stop it.
So let's take this moment
To change the momentum.
and call a timeout
On hate.
Together.
Together.
Backed by the Foundation to Combat Antisemitism, founded by New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft, the initiative aims to harness the power of sports to spread awareness. Kraft said, quote, "Why in sports do you take a timeout? You do when you want to regroup. You want to make adjustments. You want to win," end quote. They hope this campaign will similarly recalibrate the country's attitude towards hate. The campaign will feature a television commercial during Thursday Night Football this week, starring sports icons like Shaquille O'Neal and Billie Jean King, encouraging viewers to pause and reflect. The initiative marks the first time all these leagues have united for a common cause. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell said, quote, "I think all of us came to learn and be educated on what's really going on in our society," end quote. Many LGBTQ plus activists praised the sports league's call for better words and actions for all of us. Well, I'm just thrilled that, when you take sports in general and, allowing the LGBTQ plus community to not only participate, but just to be proud of it too. When I was growing up, there weren't a lot of, sports figures that I identified with, especially that were LGBTQ. I mean, I did hear about Billie Jean King and, but there was no representation for me. So I didn't really appreciate it growing up. And so, now when I'm hearing about athletes coming out and representation, and then you're getting sports leagues and major sponsors talking about inclusivity and getting, awareness about our issues, I think it's fantastic.
I think this story too goes even beyond our community, and it's perfectly timed with the election. And
Yes.
They did that intentionally from a story that I read, so I love that.
And for me, I think something that really stands out about this is really just in the verbiage, in the title of it, that it's about stopping hate. I think so many times in our community especially that we put this cute little label of homophobia on what people feel. They're not scared of us. That's not what it's about. Mm-hmm. It is hate, and it's time to call a spade and go after it.
I really love this because for so long, for someone who is athletic, someone who enjoys sports, when I go to sporting events or when I am in a crowd of people at a sporting event, I feel excluded because of the perception that people have. I think people play on the perception they have of what you should act like at a sporting event. This machismo, this sort of tough, and it excludes or it looks down upon others because, of course, we're seen as weak men, gay men as weak, but we're not. We can do all of the things. We just had a slew of stories about, how gay the Olympics was, how much, didn't we have a team, LGBTQ nation?
Yes.
And we were winning a bunch of medals. So also getting out of the echo chamber and getting into the homes of those one-track minds, I would say. Those one-track minds, those people who live and breathe football, live and breathe hockey, live and breathe baseball every day. They don't have messaging like this. They don't have the actual organization standing up for the marginalized, for the other. And so this is a beautiful, beautiful step. I think y'all can spend a little bit more money
Always.
I'm just glad that in our state, that they're very inclusive. Our sports teams, the gay men's chorus has sung the national anthem at the Miami Marlins, the Florida Panthers, and so it's spoken over the years just how important that inclusivity is to our teams here. So for a state like ours, which tends to be questionable, it's always a good positive thing for me.